Survivor's ready. Go!
Travis spoken.
This island is pretty much full of only two things: snakes and rats.
The fake dead grandmother could easily go down as the dirtiest thing ever to be done in this game.
I am the king, and I am back.
But I've got the $1 million check written already. I mean, I'm the winner.
The winner of the first Survivor competition is Rich.
Direct from Hobart, it's now time for the only dedicated radio show in Australia devoted to the hit TV show Survivor, bringing you the latest news and the biggest interviews from the king of reality television. It's Survivor Oz, and here's your host, Ben Waterworth.
Hello everybody and welcome once again to Survivor Oz, Australia's #1 TV and film podcast, coming to you once again for another Survivor San Juan Del Sur exit interview. We are so close to the end of the season, can you believe it? And we're getting through these nice and quick. Now, we were hoping today to bring you a dual exit interview with both Reed Kelly and Alec Christie. However, the powers that be have informed us that we only have Alec available today to bring to you, and that our Reed exit interview will hopefully be happening sometime very soon. Rescheduled, we've been told. We haven't been told any specifics of when it will be rescheduled, but of course we will keep an eye on that and see when we will chat to Reed about his time on Survivor. Before we bring in Alec though, just quickly, as always, I take this opportunity to plug our episode preview. Noah Groves writes it so beautifully. Episode 13, available online. If you've bypassed our website to get this episode, you've gotten this via iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn. We're now available via TuneIn Radio, various other sites. If you head to survivoroz.com, you will see it directly on the homepage. If you don't see it first entry, if you're listening to this a couple of days later, if you click at least move your mouse over the interviews tab at the top of our website, you will see a drop-down menu. You'll see the words exit interview. Click on that and you will then see the exit interviews, with this one being at the top. The full episode preview contains thoughts on how things are going to go this week. No spoilers. We don't know any more than CBS and the general public know. So you will click on that and you will be able to read that. And at the end of the article, you will also see Ponderosa videos from, of course, Alec, from Reed. You will see the day after videos, final words and votes, and you will even see secret scenes on there and an episode preview of episode 13. All available via survivors.com, and thank you, Noah, once again for the outstanding work you do in that. Right now, I'm going to shut up. Well, at least not shut up completely, and do enough talking to let you know that joining us on the show right now, the 12th eliminated contestant from Survivor San Juan Del Sur, voted out last week on the 12th episode. Funnily enough, please welcome to the program, Alec Christie. Alec, welcome to Survivor Oz.
Hey, how's it going?
Going very well, mate, very well. I think I usually ask the question of how you're going as well, but given that you've just been voted out of Survivor, usually probably not brilliantly, but you've had a whole week now, I suppose, to digest kind of seeing how it all played out. Does it make it any better, sort of seeing all the behind-the-scenes things that happened in the lead-up to you getting voted out last week?
Yeah, you know, I can't hang my head. It's obviously tough to get voted out, especially being that I was right there, you know, top 7, so close to that final 3. But, yeah, there's a lot going on in the game, and a couple of things that, you know, if John didn't win immunity, I probably wouldn't have gone. So, definitely was tough to know that, especially because I did not do well in many of the challenges, but especially that one, because Exile Island really takes it out of you. And I was one of, I think, 4 people to be voted out from Exile. Jeremy, Drew, myself, and Wes, we all went home right after Exile.
Wow, there's a pattern forming there.
Yeah. You know, Exile really takes it out of you, and you're away from the game for I was away for 2 days. And that a lot of things went on that I wasn't aware of.
We didn't really see you at all on Exile 2 in last week's episode. I mean, given that the idol had essentially been found, I'm not sure if sort of going into that you were aware of that. I mean, what did you do in Exile for those 2 days? Did you look for the idol, discover it wasn't there, and just chill?
Well, I knew that the opposing alliance of John, Jacqueline, Missy Baylor, and Natalie, they wouldn't send me to Exile knowing the idol is there. John had already gone, got the idol, and now that's why they sent me there. So it's, when it comes to the relevance of the game, they're not going to show me sitting around on Exile, at their precious hour of TV. I killed a lot of crabs, and I tried to just do the best I could at surviving, because on day 31 on Exile is the real deal. And if you don't believe me, you need to go try it, because it was very, I've never felt so weak in my life. Just to stand up, I'm so lightheaded. My whole, everything just goes white, and I'm just kind of really lightheaded, and my whole body is just weak and sore to a point that I've never experienced. So that's what was going on Exile. I was totally dying, but I knew that I could do it. I got my fire going, and I just kind of, I had a lot of time to think about what my move was going to be, and my move was really to try to get John to play with me, and make a move to get either Missy or Natalie out. But that plan didn't happen, and I guess you're just going to have to wait and see what goes on next week.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it seems that a large portion of this game, particularly in the second half, is involved, trying to get John and Jacqueline on side. They're the perennial middle guys, aren't they? I mean, have they positioned themselves, do you feel, perfectly in this way so that they are deliberately in the middle, or is this really just how the cookie is crumbling and they just always find themselves in this position?
That's just how the cookie crumbled, because there was a lot of people, I think, that had a good connection with John and Jacqueline, and there was also people that just saw it easy to manipulate them. Being obviously Natalie, if you're not watching, Natalie says right to the camera, "I don't know why John trusts me, but he does." I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, there was people that saw it easily to manipulate John, and they had John better than I could have got him. I was really close to having John make the move, and I also, after I tried to vote him out, right 2 weeks before or whatever. So, John was still my biggest, my biggest opportunity was with John, I think, because Natalie was doing her thing, and Missy, I don't know, Missy and Baylor, it just wasn't happening, even though Baylor, I think wanted to play with me and was still, she said, "I don't want to vote Alec out tonight," but that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I suppose the debate really this week has been a lot about Natalie's move that has obviously got you eliminated from the game. She's flipped it over at the last minute. Instead of taking Keith out, she's taken you out. I mean, besides the fact that it's led to your elimination, Alec, I mean, generally the move itself, do you think Natalie has made a good move there for herself, or has she made a mistake that's really going to cost her, do you feel?
Ooh, I think that Natalie made a good move in her, because Natalie saw that John was I had a relationship with John since the merge, and I tried to talk to him, and we were kind of making moves, and I think Natalie saw the potential for John to make a move with me that would not work in her favor, and so she was like, "No, that's not happening. I'm going to get Alec out. I'm going to get Keith, and I'm going to save Keith fast tonight. I'm going to get Alec out, and Keith is then going to vote the way I wanted to," and that's what her mindset is right now.
Do you feel that Keith is severely underrated right now? Because, I mean, he seems to kind of just be there and seems very likeable. And, I mean, he's strong in challenges. He kind of seems to just be there when he needs to be when it comes towards the end of these. And, I mean, is he a real shot, do you feel, of winning this game?
I think that he's very underrated. He's won immunity twice. He's, but at the same time, Keith challenges, and he does really well at that, and he does well at surviving. But Keith's social game, I think, was a little bit off. He messed us up at Tribal. Was telling John stick to the plan, which kind of really hurt us. John then played his idol, and he was telling Reed to stick to the plan. I'm sorry, But I don't know. I just think there's some aspects of Keith that are really, really great, but his social game is not as strong as some of the other players. So where to rank Keith, I'm not sure. I'm happy that he's playing hard and that he's still in the game and still has a shot.
Who are you rooting for right now out of the 6 left, Alec? Who do you want to win?
Oh, for Keith, yeah. I'm definitely rooting for Keith at this point.
I think a lot of people are doing that.
Keith is the last one of our alliance, and the last one of our alliance to be in the game. And that was supposed to be my spot. I thought it was going to be, and I knew the game was going to change right whenever it came down to that. And hopefully, Keith can make some moves.
We'll see how that all plays out, of course. Now, I've got a listener question, which I'll get to in just a second. But one thing which I find fascinating watching sort of all the goings on at Ponderosa since your vote out, it's a bit of a guy fest there right now, Alec. Like, obviously, it's all men. I mean, I'm sure that would have been a bit of a fun experience, broing out with the guys at Ponderosa.
I'm telling you, those were all the guys that I was really cool with in the game. I mean, and Keith too, and I didn't hate all those other people, but I was always kicking it with the boys. So, me and Wes had a big time in Ponderosa. I was still feeling funny. I mean, just to eat food, it was, with these guys was cool. But we had a good time. It was a beautiful place, and we were definitely thankful for the whole experience that we got on Survivor, and then to get to go back there to stuff our face with whatever was in the pantry and enjoy the pool and all those guys. It was really, really cool. And you get to actually talk to these guys without Jeremy's no longer worried about that $1 million. I can finally talk to Jeremy,
Yeah.
So it was really cool.
Yeah, definitely. And just also before I get to the listener question, 7th in the game, as we mentioned. Do you take a bit of pride leaving it, though, Alec, knowing that you beat your brother?
Just a little bit of pride, but knowing that that could have gone any other way, and when it comes to some of the aspects of the game, Drew still could have been better than me. But the way that it went, yeah, I have to take pride in that. It's always good to get a win against Drew. So, I can just put that put that notch on my belt. Drew's got plenty on his. So, I'm definitely happy about it. There was a lot of good players that were in the game, and it could have gone any way. If we played that game again, it could have gone any way.
Mm-hmm. That's the beauty of Survivor. Now, wrap it up with a listener question here. Ferdinand Joppi, one of our Ozlets, asked you the question, Alec, which cast member would you most like to collect meat with?
Wes. Yeah, period. End of story. Without a doubt. Wes is a natural-born killer. Yeah, Wes is he's a duck hunting guy. And, he kills a lot of stuff, and he collects meat similar to the way I do. No, he does. He's got venison and everything. So definitely Wes. I want to go kill a buck with Keith and Wes for sure.
That would be fun. Of course, chicken nugget eating champion we learned from Wes, didn't we? So
the chicken nugget eating champion. You don't even mess with that, okay? 58 chicken nuggets in 5 minutes. It doesn't get better than that.
Absolute superstar. Well, Alec, thank you so much for your time. It's been a lot of fun. Good luck enjoying the rest of the season as it all plays out. And look, we'll get you back on the show in the future. Chat a little bit more about your time here on Survivor Oz.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
And there we have it. Alec, great chat there, a lot of fun, and obviously learning a little bit more about his game. Very kind of interesting comparison to speak to him there compared to Drew. So, look, maybe, get a little more out of Alec there than perhaps some people were expecting. Now, of course, we initially were meant to be speaking to Reed as well, but look, at the time of recording this, we have been informed that the Reed interview will need to be rescheduled. We're not too sure exactly what the issue is at the moment, but we obviously will keep you guys updated updated as to when we get the chance to speak to Reed. We will rely on CBS and Channel 9 sort of informing us on the updates. And, of course, when we get the updates, you'll get the updates, and you will see our Reed exit interview coming up when it happens. But right now, you know that's that opportunity for me to be able to do some shameless plugging and self-promotion of Survivor Oz as we close out these exit interviews. First of all, again, personal thank you to everybody who is making these exit interviews a success. Last week's one with Wes went to number 2 on the iTunes charts as well. So basically the last 4 of our exit interviews have made the top 2 on iTunes, so that is it's an honour in itself, and it's without you guys we wouldn't be able to make that possible, so thank you very much. Now, our coverage of Survivor San Juan del Sur continues. It's getting very close to the end of the season, of course. This week's recap, dual recaps, as we are continuing them, very honoured to be welcomed onto the show by a pairing that now they never played on a season together. However, we feel this is a fitting pairing. Now, if you listened to our show during our Cagayan coverage, you would have heard our recap episode with Marty Piombo. And Marty, of course, is a big idol of Spencer, who was on Cagayan. And Marty appreciated that. These two have made a friendship outside of the show since all that's aired. So we thought, what a perfect opportunity to get them both on together to chat about Survivor, the Master and the Apprentice, you might be able to say. So Marty and Spencer will be on this week from Survivor Nicaragua and Survivor Cagayan to chat about this week's episode of San Juan del Sur, so stay tuned for that. Get your listener questions in for both of them if you would like to get them in. Oztopsy, as per usual, 10:30pm Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, directly after the airing on Go, and we go live there with the Ozlets to decode that week's episode. And of course, look ahead to next week's big finale. I teased the finale recappers in the recap last week with Coach and Penner, and if you missed that, just to tease you a little bit further, we are hoping, and again, not confirmed yet, but we are sincerely hoping, severely might not be the word there, that we will get on the show a former winner, the runner-up of that winner's season, as well as an extra person from that season. So it's kind of going to be a bit of a reunion as such with 3 people from the one season. And I believe it will be the first time that the first and second place are together for a very long time. I'm not even sure if they've spoken much since the season. So this will be fascinating if it all happens, and we're very much hoping it will happen. We think it will be a very big episode, so stay tuned for our updates for that as well. Power rankings, our final power rankings will be up early next week. Troy's and myself and Noah will rank the final 5 and say who we think will win, and everything else in between. Stay tuned for that. Top 10 is out today. We've got top 10 season finales out. So we rank the 10 finales that we think are the best. Now, initially, we put that out thinking that this Sunday was going to be the finale, but given it's a week away, we're a week earlier, but oh well, it works. So stay tuned for that, and of course features Monday, and we're getting very much close to the pointy end of the year, and also that means that our Christmas episode, which I'm going to be posting more details about today online, and we've been very slack in getting this up and running, but that will be happening Monday the 22nd of December Australian time at 11:30am. If you are listening to us in the US, that is 7:30pm Sunday the 21st of December Eastern time, so that's 6:30 Central, and I believe that will be 4:30 Pacific. So they're the times. Again, more details going up via our website, survivoroz.com. You can get everything there. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. All these episodes are now available via YouTube, of course. Remember to rate us, leave some feedback for us on all of our services. We really do appreciate hearing from you guys. And do support our spin-off show, The Amazing Race Oz, hosted by Noah Groves, which will be out this week as well. But right now, it's time for me to leave. Thank you very much for your company today, listening to Survivor Oz and our exit interview with Alec Christy. You can watch Survivor 8pm Wednesday nights on CBS Eastern, or if you're in Australia, 9:30pm on Thursdays on Channel Go. My name is Ben, the Tribe has spoken. We will speak to you next time on The Trains.